come forward for the children's message. Good morning, boys and girls. How many of you know what this is? A baseball? Liam, you wanted to get that out there. Did you play baseball, Liam? You do? Nice, okay. Yeah, in some ways, this was the American pastime. You can argue that football's overtaken it. I played a lot of baseball. I played travel baseball when I was in high school. I had two brothers, and on the weekends we would go hit. One of us would field, one of us would pitch, one of us would hit the ball. And we just picked up balls wherever we found them, and we took care of them and found a bat. And it's great. All right, so what happens if you have a baseball and you're playing in your backyard and you're hitting it in the wrong direction? Because even though you can't really control where you hit a baseball, if you turn around and you're hitting it the wrong way, just to see what would happen, what happens if you hit a baseball and maybe you crack the window? And it didn't make a loud sound, but it was cracked. Your parents didn't notice. You have two brothers. What would you do? You were the one who hit it. Your brothers weren't out there. Because you can just throw up a ball and then hit it on the way down. Tough one. Do you run inside and say, "Mom, I broke a window"? No. Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it? Well, we can put a pin in that for a second. As you get older, you probably won't break windows with baseballs. But there's other things that you do that are pretty bad, that are catastrophic, meaning it'll change your life. And sometimes those things happen, and they can be really bad. And people wonder, what can I do? And they want to hide, they want to run away. And sometimes people reach the point of despair, meaning they don't want to go on. They don't want to live anymore. They don't want to do anything. And it's difficult for you to reach that because you're a child and you're awesome. Am I right? Yeah, pretty much. But sometimes that happens. And what we're going to talk about today is kind of serious. It's a house-divided Sunday. And there's a little part of you that says, I just want to go hide behind the shed in the backyard and never come inside, but I'm getting hungry. So I have to. I went and I told my parents that I broke it, although I thought about how I could get Phil and Martin to take the fall for me. And that was wrong. But the thought went through my head. And my parents still love me. And when I come home this summer, they'll still let me in, they'll still feed me. It's okay, even though I broke it. They probably don't even remember. But it happened. So when you do something that's really, really bad, and you know it's really, really bad, and you don't have money to fix it, you know your family doesn't either, you still have to tell them. And they're still going to love you. And know that your God still forgives you when that happens. Let's fold our hands and pray. Dear Jesus, the world changed horribly when the first people fell into sin. That was catastrophic. Everything was ruined. Ever since then, things are not right. And you know that, and that's why you came to die for our sins. You have forgiven us and the whole world. Help us to believe that, to know it, to practice it, and to tell others that you came to make things right again. Amen. You're excused to go back and sit with your parents, walking slowly.